What's up, everyone? I didn't film the last couple times I walked here, and then I was finding a bunch of stuff, so I thought I should probably film and make a video. Much finding. There's so much in here. Mostly just broken, but a lot of whole stuff too. That's broken there. About this beer? No. Okay, well, what about this? This could be something. Oh, a blob Hoster. Okay, well, take that for sure. Okay, then there's one more here. This could be embossed too. It's old, but okay. It's a second Hoster. This one's machine made. All right. See, I'm definitely gonna try to film more of this because I don't want to miss out on good content. See, this is probably around 1900. Well, that one's probably 1920s. Okay, I got another bottle that looks like a possibility here, but the water's kind of clouding up on me. Oh yeah, it's a winged Hoster, so it's better than a regular Hoster. It's actually machine made though, still, but that's a keeper for sure. Yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, probably from around 1920. Okay, this part's shallower, so you can get a better view of these here. This one's probably nothing. Yeah, nothing here. Probably 90s beer. Probably 60s or 70s jar. This one's the one that could be embossed. But no, now I'm seeing it and holding it in hand. Not quite old enough. It's like they slimmed this part of the bottle down in the 30s and later for beers. Okay, got a couple here. Could be keepers. Pull this one first. Nope. Couldn't see it well enough. Just saw the base, just a little bit of it. But yeah, it's one of these 1970s or 80s stubby beers. No name. This looks like it could be a ball jar. Yeah, it's a ball jar. I don't know. Square ones are typically harder to sell. Okay, I barely noticed this, but there is a crown sticking out there. That's one of these later ones. 30s. Slim. There's just piles of bottles on here. Most are junk. Huh. Well, I mean, I know it's unembossed, but it's really cool looking, whatever it is. Looks like it's blown in mold. So, yeah, I've never seen one of these before. So I will definitely take that, even though it's slick. So, I don't know, maybe some kind of condiment bottle of some sort. It's made with thin glass. Really neat design. Okay, move some of the stuff and keep walking this way. Yeah, there's just so many bottles in here. But 99.99% are like this, just junk. And I have to move because my one bottle started floating away on me. Can't have that. Actually, no, I'm going to just pause for a minute and film one that could be good. I don't know. Beer or something. Hoster. Oh, a Weedman blob. Huh. Well, don't see near as many blobs around as you do the crowns, so I'll take that. So yeah, this is probably around 1900. Really nice bottle. Yeah, this creek's producing great today. Okay, I got one here that could be something, but since it's a beer, there's no way to know without actually holding it in hand. Oh, it's tooled. Oh, okay. It's one of these Hosters. Very common beer, but yeah, it's blown mold, so probably 1913, around there. Okay, I got something here that looks interesting. Oh. Well. Let's get out here. It's slick, but it's blown in mold, so I'm definitely going to be taking it, especially with the fancy design on it. So this, I'd say, is probably 1910. Nice old quart whiskey. And then I happen to look to my right, and I happen to see what looks like a possible another blown in old beer. Yep. Oh, no, this one's actually machine made. So it's like what I pulled out earlier, but it's machine made instead of blown. Another Hoster. Wow, sound like it hit a rock. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, I'm gonna look around here, see if there's anything else that looks interesting that I could pull out while I'm filming this. What is this? Oh, a Washington. Well, that's a keeper. It's... I'm not sure on this one. This one's blown in mold. I'll definitely take that. See, that's probably 1913. Okay, I'm seeing some stuff here. Broken, of course. Besides that, probably 70s junker jar there. This feels old. A Gambrinus from Columbus, Ohio. Oh, this is a nice one, blown in mold. So yeah, we're up to 3 different breweries from Columbus, Hoster, Washington, and now Gambrinus. That's not bad at all. Doing pretty good. Man, I think I actually see some other bottles over here. That looks like it's old blown in mold beer right there. Just sitting there. This is probably French's. Yeah, French's. Really common. What about this? Oh, it's a Dayton Breweries from Dayton. Well, if I find anything Dayton, of course it'd be that. Those are super common. Dug Dayton for a long time. But I see a couple others here that look like they may be quarts. Wait a minute. Or maybe not. I don't know. What is this? Okay, never mind. This isn't anything. It's just a ginger ale. But this other one here looks a lot more interesting. No, it's not. Federal law forbids sale. whiskey bottle. Alright, I think I see an old pitcher or something. Ah, I think it's chipped. That's too bad because otherwise it was almost all there. Well, let's see what else we can find here. Cork top flask or something. Early machine made. I'll still take it though. I mean, they usually turn purple. Alright, I just happened to be looking at my pile of bottles. I sat there and I saw a couple things. This doesn't look like anything special. Oh, well, it does have a name on it. Wood soap or wool soap shampoo. Huh, oh, that's interesting. I might take it. And we got a little inkwell there. Oh, it's a Keller from Detroit. Well, I'll take that. What's this? Anything? That's a broken base of White House vinegar or something. Alrighty. A couple more showing here. A few more, should say. 4 more. Okay, we'll start the little one, so I don't want to lose it. It's like a machine-made Souders, but believe it or not, it actually has no name on it. That's odd. Okay. Well, about this. 1 quart, and it has a big old chip and a crack, it looks like. Probably whiskey from the teens. Okay. Huh. Oh, okay, that's just some metal thing. Tricked me. Okay, what about this? Oh, it's a nice little Castler milk. Probably 1950s or 60s. Supposedly that's an Athens, Ohio dairy. So that's worth taking. Okay, I thought I saw a crown top. Okay, I did. And that's what it is, just a crown top, no bottle. I cannot tell if this is a bottle or not. Oh, no. Just a piece of wood. Okay, well, see some stuff here. I guess we'll start with this one to the right. Okay, that's just 1980s pop bottle. Okay, thought I felt something else. That is a blown in mold condiment bottle. Oh, that's worth taking. Looks like it still has a cork in it and all. It's really neat. Oh well, set aside somewhere then. So I don't want to lose it. There we go, right there. Should be safe. I'm feeling something with my feet or something. What is this? Oh, it was a beer. The Hubner Breweries out of Toledo, Ohio. Very common one. It's blown in mold. Huh. RG&B Company. Well, that's different. Yeah, I'd say this is probably 1908. Around that time period. Okay. Anything else? I was kind of feeling around here because I thought I might have had something else. Well, I think there is more. Just gotta kind of look for them now. Okay, I got something that looks like it may be older right here. What is this? It's a Consumers Brewing Company out of Newark, Ohio, on a Baltimore Loop top. Well, that's a keeper. Looks like it's tooled, so probably around 1900. Okay, well, set it here. I See another bottle here. What is this one? Oh, just 1930s or 40s. No name beer. Okay, I got a couple here pinned under this log. Double cola, but without the paint. So, kind of a junker now. Okay, where's this? Okay, there he is. There it is. And a lazy person. See that screw cap? And the rings, that means it's modern. So someone recently littered it in here, probably. Okay, well, I think I see something else here already, though. Oh, nice. It's a embossed quart top milk of magnesia. Probably 1920. Well, I'll take that. Oh, I saw something else. So, what is this one? Oh, a nice old quart. No name? That's crazy. Huh. Normally these have names on them if they're quarts. Okay, this section looks really good. It has a bunch of stuff in it. Start with this one. Washington out of Columbus, Ohio. Blown in mold. That's a keeper. See if I can find a place to put it though. I don't know, maybe on this log here. Or at least lean against it, I don't know. Should work. Okay, what about this one? Another new brewery out of Columbus, Franklin Brewing Company, Columbus, machine made. So that one's probably from 1915 to 1920. Okay, what about this? That's just an old junker. Okay, well, what about this? This looks like it may be an older one. Oh yeah, it's a blobber. But is it embossed? It is. And it's what I guess it might be. A Hoster out of Columbus, Ohio. Well, I'll take it still. Still an embossed quart beer, even if it's a really common one. Alright, I think I got me another beer showing. And it's another Hubner out of Toledo, Ohio. So, take it. I think this one's made by a different manufacturer. Just looks a little different than the other one did. Alright, well, I'll put it in my pile of beers I need to shake out. Huh. Looks like I feel a bottle under here. This is weird. What is this? Oh, it's a junker. Coca-Cola. Okay, got me something showing here. What is this? Oh, a winged Hoster, but it's blown instead. Well, I'll definitely take that. Okay, I thought I might have seen another. Swirl Pepsi from the 1970s or 60s. Okay, so that other area, I don't know, I guess something big must have gotten washed out, like a big section of an underwater dump or something. Because I haven't seen near as much lately, but I might have a beer here. I don't know. Let's see. No, it's one of these ACL sodas. I think this may be the area where I was last year. And I was trying to get some bottles downstream to an area where I could throw them out, because I don't like picking up these same junk type bottles here with no painted or paper labels, and they're just slick newer bottles. So anyway, I thought I saw another bottle over here, so I guess I'll pick that up and see if it's anything or not. Could be a beer. Oh, it's a beer, alright, but it's just a slick, broken one. Huh. Okay. Well, my one buddy was wanting me to set aside these pots for him. I guess he'd give $1 each for them, so I'll take this home. And there's actually a Cone Ink here. I actually find that hard to believe. That's just sitting here, but yeah, it's a Cone Ink, and it looks like it's blown in mold if I don't drop the dang thing. I can't tell if that's colored or not. It'd be something if it was. I actually had to skip a section because there was a hornet nest right above where I was walking, but I think I might have a beer here. Yeah, it's a beer, but it's one of the later ones. I think some of my beat me through the rest of it. Haven't found nothing. It was so packed in the other area. Hello everyone. So here's the results of creek walks. I took a break of walking all these different creeks just to walk one specific creek and focus on it because it is loaded with bottles, as you can see. So let's go ahead and get started here. Here's a Pepsi. It's one of those in the category of barely worth bringing home, just worth bringing so I don't pick it up again. Clorox. Esquire. Lanoil White. I guess that's a shoe polish. Probably related to Esquire Scuff Coat. Sprite. I would have tossed it, but I didn't realize till too late it has a screw top, so I was like, well, since it's here, I guess I'll clean it and maybe someone will buy it for cheap. Probably 90s. So it's probably around the age of me somewhere. And here, giant Heinz vinegar bottle, number 96. I picked it up hoping this Heinz collector would buy it, but I think he already has it, so probably just going to toss Heinz bottles from now on, unless they're really early, blown in mold. But since I have it clean here, I figure maybe someone will give $1 or $2 for it. This thing here, insulator, got it cleaned up. And about to drop this. Dr. Ellis's special wave dry waving fluid wave set. Has a figural comb in the bottle on it here. Pepsi with a better than average label. I just brought this because I figured it may turn purple. Blown in mold ammonia type bottle. This is machine made, but it's a larger size, so that's why I brought it home. Big old Father John's. The medicine in that smelled good. When I dug one of these, had a different dump, so it's no wonder why this company was so successful. Of course, I guess it could have been refilled with something else and repurposed, but I don't know. A little Cone Ink here. Couple of Turn Purple, Druggist, extract, another extract, another extract, Can't hardly read this. Something Brook Oval. Blown in an old flask. Tab. Guess how is it similar to Pepsi drink. Hemingway insulator. I thought this was a can originally, but no, it's actually a Coca-Cola glass. I don't know if it's collectible or not, but figured I'd bring it home anyway. Maybe I could use it for a regular drinking glass. I got this here. Paint could have washed off it, I don't know. Mr. Pibb. This is a screw top, but it's an early screw top, so it'll probably turn purple. Some kind of condiment. White House vinegar jar. Or cruet, I mean. It's a larger sized one. I got 2 of these Mont Casino violin bottles. Never found them in my life, and all of a sudden this year I'm just find them everywhere. Joke Hut Beauty Aid. Mason's. It's a shoe polish. Probably a salt shaker with it being the size that it is. Slick Druggist behind it. Figured it'd turn purple. Warranted full half-pint flask. No name catsup. Just figured it'd turn purple. Liam Mason. Got another Heinz. 192. Molo. Haven't found one of those in years since I was first getting into digging. These are really common, but this has a different looking base than most of these have, so I thought that was kind of cool. Applied top malt, what is it? Malt extract or something like that. I can't remember what the labels of those normally say. Amethyst Styron Bags Company out of Newark, Ohio. Says manufacturing chemist. Scarcer Royal Remedy extract out of Dayton. First one of that variant I found over in this part of Ohio. Got one of those things. I don't know what they're called. Paint's washed off. Couple of everyone's first favorite cobalt bottle they found. Well, most likely. Probably a toss up between one of these or Bromo Seltzer. Larger size. I don't know how old this is. It's kind of different. It's a screw top jar. It's a toddy meal in a cup. Probably quart size, I'd say. So whoever had that was probably pretty hungry. I tossed most of these, but I figured I'd bring one to take home and clean up. A glass Gatorade bottle. Who knows, maybe they'll become rare one day if enough people collect them. I was hoping this here would be local, but it wasn't. It says Household Beer Distributors, Middle Village, and 26 ounces registered, and some random numbers. So maybe it's from a town called Middle Village, I don't know, but it's not from around here unless there's some tiny town area called that. There was a Middle Village, New York, but so yeah, it didn't end up being one of them rare unknown bottles, but I figured it was worth bringing home and cleaning up to read the ghost label. Next up, got a couple of these 7-Up bottles, pretty common, but worth bringing home. A little shot glass, little lantern candy container. I don't remember most of them having this screw top on the lower end there, so I'll have to look at my other ones I've dug up. I think they're different shape than that. No deposit, no return Sprite. Thought this would have been blown, but it's actually machine made. Dr. Green's Nervera. Says on both sides, side embossed med. Pretty color though. And I got Barks from Cincinnati. Dug a bunch of them in the canal dump in Middletown years ago. And got a blown condiment. And I got a sweat bee too. Hopefully it doesn't sting me. Ball Perfect Mason. This one seems a little bit different than most I find, so I wonder if it could be worth a little more. I don't know. The shoulder is shaped a little bit differently. I'm not an expert on the different variants of ball jars. I just know that the colored ones are the ones that are the most sought after. I've seen some of these ball jars that have really little differences go for way more money than the average ball jars do, so I don't know, I'll have to look into that. But it could also be nothing. So if that's the case, it's a $5 jar to the right person. Got a jumbo jar. Try to get the balance there. I got 3 of these Parkersburg, West Virginia D patent Cokes. And of course I got one Atlas Strong Shoulder Mason. Find those in any creek I get more than a dozen keepers for sure. Another condiment. I kind of like this one better. It has that fancy pattern down there on the lower fifth. I'll leave most of the milk glass stuff, but I thought this was kind of neat, even though it's got chip. Has a pattern to it. So I brought it home. Triple L Ball Mason. I normally leave these Federal Law bottles too. Can't stand them, but this one has a cool weave basket pattern. And the way Federal Law is embossed on it's kind of neat too. Kind of looks like a seal. So I was like, well, I think this one's going to be worth taking home and cleaning up. I mean, if anything, probably get a few dollars maybe. Right person. Castler's milk, that's from Athens, I believe. And got a Keller ink from Detroit, Michigan. And the most common 1930s soda to find around here, at least in the Athens area and northward between Athens and Lancaster. C.P. Elder, Shawnee, Ohio. Got big old quart whiskey with fancy pattern on it. So figured that was worth bringing. And of course I got the most common beer out of Dayton. Dayton Breweries, Dayton, Ohio. Probably a 6-pack of these Hoster Columbus, Ohio bottles are heel embossed. This was the best example I could find of them all. And way back here I got the quart. This one has a ton of wear on it. Same thing, but quart sized. They also apparently make a rare blown version that looks really similar to these two. Probably not very sought after because they're not the most exciting looking bottles, but I think they're kind of rare myself. the blown variants of those. They also say something a little different. Here's a machine-made Hoster Columbus. See, the seam goes up. And here's the blown and mold variant. Here's the Aqua variant. I think well, I have seen one Aqua machine-made one, but most of the Aqua ones are blown and mold. Here's the Amber Quart. They're a lot less common than the Pints are, for sure. Believe it or not, I only found one of this shoulder variant. Thought they were more common than that, but maybe they're not. Or it could just be a different manufacturer that made these, and maybe that's why. Maybe they just turn up in different areas. They make an olive amber one of those too, so that's kind of neat. Then found a bunch of these Toledo breweries. Hubner Toledo breweries, I should say. In Toledo, Ohio, of course. A lot of them don't have a manufacturing mark, some do. This one does, RG&B Company. Then the one behind it's kind of funny. It has the same thing embossed, but it's embossed on the base instead. So it's kind of neat. Then, let's see here. I got a machine-made Washington. Actually, wait a minute. This one's a cool one. I just now noticed this, and I'm not even joking. See the spelling error there, guys? Look at this. Washington. Ha! That's really neat. Washington Brewing, Columbus, Ohio. Well, that ended up being the best Washington I got. It's the only machine-made one I got too. So I grabbed it first. Machine-mades are least exciting, but then you look and it has a spelling error on it. And here's how it's supposed to look with a G, not an O. Washington Brewing, Columbus, Ohio, blown and mold. NBBB G Company, North Baltimore branch something, I think. I think this variant's a little bit older, but I'm not 100% sure. The embossing in the center's not quite as circular. NBBBG. Oh, it's the same manufacturer, but it's an older looking one. I can't remember if they made blobs of those or not. The Ohio Brewing, Columbus, Ohio. It's the only one of those I found. Okay. And got some Weedmans. Machine made. Blown. And those the shoulder embossing looks a little bit different too on the machine made and blown ones. Slightly different. I know a guy who collects all the different slight little variants of them. And then there's a spelled out variant. This one's got a prettier color too. It's a lighter amber. This one looks a lot like a Blob Hoster, but it's a Crown Top Gambrinus from Columbus, Ohio. And here's another Castler's from Athens. Didn't have it with its buddy over here. And some of the Hosters are different looking. Like, I'll show you. You see, the one has small letters and the other has big letters. So that's pretty neat. They're both Baltimore loop tops. I think they're both made by EHE. Edward H. Everett out of Newark, Ohio. Here's a pretty neat Hoster. Center embossed with the wings. Another one. This one's actually machine made. The other one sadly had a big crack on it. Couldn't believe it, but I'll still keep it because the center embossed winged Hosters are a lot scarcer than the other ones are. I think they're even less common than the regular Baltimore loop blobs. And here's a quart Baltimore loop. I get to sit without falling over. Got two of these Coke product bottles from Athens, Ohio. Kind of boring looking bottle, but uncommon. And then got a Hostetter's Stomach Bitters. A Bennett Company milk, half pint. Lion Windish Mulhauser out of Cincinnati. I think that's the first one I found in this area. It does have some damage though. That's to be expected when you find a beer bottle from this time period. Those really early machine-made beers always ding up for some reason. Champagne Finley Crown from Toledo, Ohio. Barrow China. It's old. It's not a screw top, just like a double band type thing. It has some really thick seams on it. And has a lot of bubbles on the glass. But sadly, a lot of them ended up being burst bubbles. This is really cool. Has like a really big shield indent. I think it's a pepper sauce. It says Koken St. Louis. Never found one of those before. Another Cincinnati. This time it's a Bruckman out of Cincinnati. Franklin out of Columbus, Ohio. I guess this is some kind of pepper sauce or condiment. Maybe a whiskey, I don't know. It's got a really fancy look to it. It's a quart-sized bottle. Really neat. Never found one before. Oh, here's a quart Franklin. This one's blown in mold. So, this is my second quart, so I'm going to probably keep one of them and have the other available. Wasn't really into keeping Columbus bottles, but the demand for them is pretty small right now, so hoping to hold on to them until maybe it becomes greater. Especially because I'm finding new Columbus bottles I've never seen. Like, these Bourne & Company bottles are always made with Baltimore loop tops. And I didn't even know they made them with a crown top, but now I do. Quart tooled crown. I actually got two of them too. And I got a earlier Baltimore loop. It's got an applied Baltimore loop top and a smaller center slug plate. Made by DOC. And you know it's an early bottle and it's kind of crude looking, like it's not perfectly round. I don't know if this could possibly be whittled or not, but It's a really early looking bottle, so could be. Early to me is like 1890s, because I have trouble finding anything before 1900. Even a lot of these Baltimore Loop blobs are actually 1902 or something. And I already got this sold already. This thing is really cool. It's a gallon-sized Chemist bottle, and it's probably the biggest blown and mold bottle I found, or one of them anyway. Well, actually, I think my buddy found that, so yeah, this may be a record for me. Largest blown and mold bottle I found. And you can see quart beers to the left of it, so it's pretty impressive to find something that size whole. Got 4 complete crocks out there. This one looks like some kind of painted one. The second one's salt glaze. Two-tone with brown, and two-tone with, I don't know, kind of a orangish tannish look to it there. I ain't gonna let someone else clean them, because larger stuff's a pain to clean. I still got a bunch of other bottles I need to clean. Here's the rest of the creek walking keepers. So barely decided to keep these mugs, and this one's cracked, of course. This one just has like a little chip on the bottom, and there's a little cup here, not very old. I guess someone threw out their Mother's Day mug. That was in there. Then here's a fairly modern glass. I could tell it's a bottom pattern there. Then got a blown and mold olive jar. Then recovered a old, well, not old, but probably a fairly modern dish. So I don't know why that's in there. Or it was in there. Park Davis and Company. Earl's Hypocod. I guess that's a Wheeling, West Virginia bottle. Actually, it's early machine made too. And I was kind of disappointed when I saw that the embossing was peened out on this Kilmer's, but after I cleaned it up and saw that it was actually green instead of aqua, that made me feel a lot better, because I've never found a green one. Pretty neat. Not sure what it's worth, but it's gotta be worth something out, even with the embossing peened out. They're just not common in that color. I got a Gloucester Bottling Works, the ring neck variant. Got a rare variant with a heel embossing, but this variant always seems to have damage. Crack there, bruise there, bruise there. I guess that's all. Gloucester Bottling Works, Gloucester, Ohio. And I got a Star Mineral Water Works, AB company made bottle. That one's a nice aqua color there. It had no manufacturer mark. The star's a little bit different on these two. I'll show you there. Both blown and mold. And I got a Christmas Coke from Athens, Ohio. Probably the best looking Columbus Coke I've found in the wild. It has very little case, where normally these letters are really white looking. So that's pretty neat. It turned out to be in that good of shape. That's a good one. Got Consumer's blob in pretty good shape. Newark, Ohio. Got a Weedman blob. I think I'll actually keep that in my personal collection. It's a nice looking example. Keeper for sure. I was really excited to find this one. Parkersburg Brewing, Parkersburg, West Virginia. Quart blob, AGWL. It's got a plied top there. That's got to be a good one. I'd say I could probably get at least 100 for it if I was patient. This one surprised me. I was like, okay, Hubner and a lighter than normal amber. But then when I look at the top, it's actually green at the top, so it's like a two-colored bottle. It's really weird. Never seen one like it before. So, with that color alone, that's gotta be worth something decent. It's made by the Rhodes Glass and Bottling Company, I believe. Blown in mold. Yeah, it has to be a good one. I may keep it for myself, I don't know, unless I get a crazy good offer for it. And here's best find. It's a unusual 3-piece mold. Blob Parkersburg. I've never found a Blob beer with a 3-piece mold like that. Fly top, and it's lighter amber too. Put next to this other one here. So yeah, you can see it's a much lighter amber than the other one is. I went back multiple times to that creek, but I was mostly focused on cleaning it out of the junk bottles because there were so many in there. Of course, I had an idiot comment about me throwing some in the woods in one of my other videos, but it's nearly impossible to walk up a steep bank with a handful of bottles, so I just throw them out, and then I pick them up and take them to these trash cans, and then they get thrown out. So there's always someone who's going to comment who doesn't know what they're talking about. But yeah, I probably removed well over 1,000 junkers, so maybe it'll be a good investment and pay off for next time, and I won't have to pick those up. So yeah, it's a pretty successful creek walk. Thanks for watching.